me say thank you all for coming out here today. As governor, I took an oath to faithfully uphold the Constitution of the state of Texas, a pledge that I have kept every day as I've worked on behalf of Texans for the last 14 years. That's the same Constitution that clearly outlines the authority of any governor to veto items at his or her discretion. Just as I have, following every legislative session during my service as governor, I exercise this authority to veto funding for an office whose leadership had lost the public's confidence by acting inappropriately and unethically. I wholeheartedly and unequivocally stand behind my veto, and I'll continue to defend this lawful action of my executive authority as governor. We don't settle political differences with indictments in this country. It is outrageous that some would use partisan political theatrics to rip away at the very fabric of our state's Constitution. This indictment amounts to nothing more than abuse of power, and I cannot and I will not allow that to happen. I intend to fight against those who would erode our state's Constitution and laws purely for political purposes, and I intend to win. I'll explore every legal avenue to expedite this matter and bring it to a swift conclusion. I'm confident that we will ultimately prevail, that this farce of a prosecution will be revealed for what it is, and those responsible will be held accountable. Thank you. I'll be happy to answer a question or two.
Governor, you talked about the public confidence there in the DA's office. Do you believe the indictment alone at all affects the public's confidence in the office of the governor?
Here's what I think is really important for the people to understand, not just in Texas, but this country. And that is, we have seen an office in the form of the Travis County District Attorney's Office, the lead legal individual for criminal affairs in this county and overseeing public officials who conducted themselves in an incredibly inappropriate way, stopped for DWI with a blood alcohol level almost 3 times the legal limit. An individual who, when booked in, had to be restrained, was abusive to law enforcement, was kicking the door. I think Americans and Texans who have seen this agree with me that that is not an individual who is heading up an office that we can afford to fund. Now, the people of Travis County may decide that that is the type of individual that they want in that office. But as the governor of the state of Texas, and as the individual who has the authority constitutionally to decide whether we're going to spend state dollars on that, I made that decision and I said no. And given that information and given that choice again, that is exactly what I would do. Listen, the details of my decision-making were very clear. I said early on that I was going to clearly veto those dollars as long as they had someone in that office who I'd lost confidence in. And I did exactly what I said I would do.
Governor Perry, what do you consider yourself in this type of booking?
You had your hand up.
The question seems to be, in this case, though, in the minds of many people, is not whether or not you actually have the constitutional veto authority. It's attaching what many people say is a threat to that veto. What's your response?
I disagree with you. I think there are a lot of people on both sides of the aisle, Democrats and Republicans, who have looked at this and understand it to be exactly what we're seeing, a political decision that has been made in Travis County. I'm going to continue to do my job. I'm going to continue to deal with the big, important issues that are important to the people of the state of Texas, and for that matter, of this country. We have a border that it is not secure because of what the federal government has failed to do. Yesterday, I talked to the mother of the Border Patrol agent who was gunned down in cold blood in front of his family by an individual who has come across this border multiple times, a criminal alien. That mother expects me to do the job and keep the citizens of this state safe, and that is what I'm going to do from today until I leave office in January of 2015. Thank you.